Hello, everybody, to the War and Peace Baseball Podcast. I'm Alex Uwe here with Alex Rudy.
Hello.
Say hello.
And Farbode.
Farbode. Yeah, he's there. Just believe me on that one. And, yes, there's two Alexes. That's why we say our last names. And it's not as confusing as you'd like it to be, but sometimes it is. So, we call him Rudy, and I'm Uwe for the most part. So, there you go. So today, just going to go through some of the top stories going on surrounding the winter meetings, and later on talk about our team of the week, Arizona Diamondbacks, going in order of worst record to best record in baseball. And then we'll close it out by talking a little bit about the Steroid Era Hall of Fame ballot debate for the 2015 Hall of Fame ballot. So, our first story that we're going to talk about here is Melky Cabrera signing with the White Sox, 3 years, $43 million deal. Just yesterday, that was announced, so you guys have anything to say about that?
Yeah. I personally think that's a fantastic deal for them. It's about $14 million a year. Which, it's obviously each year it's increasing. It's not very backloaded, and I think that really caps off an outstanding off season for the White Sox.
So for Melky Cabrera, do you think he's a player that deserves to make that kind of money?
Yeah.
He has.
I actually thought he'd make more than that.
After that season
I
in
agree.
San Francisco, he kind of proved himself with Blue Jays to actually be good.
Yeah, he's saying without the steroids.
Yeah. I mean, even though he was one of the guys that was suspended, I never really stopped liking Melky Cabrera. Because he seems so innocent compared to other steroid users. I don't know why.
As a Yankees fan, I've known him for a long time, and these numbers are a little bit closer to what he was pre-steroids, but then again, he also played a couple of seasons with the great probable steroid user, Jose Bautista, so I don't think we'll ever know for sure. He's still doping or not doping, but that's irrelevant, and I think that the White Sox got probably the best best hitter left on the market for a very reasonable deal.
Yeah, but wait, let me ask you this.
Probably get more money? What?
I thought the Orioles should have gone after him. What are they going to get?
I'm sure they were in on it.
They have Pierce in left, I think. They have Jones, and then they don't really have a big outfield anymore.
They have
left.
I think it's Pierce, Ozza, and...
they have DeAza, who's not every day outfielder yet, in my opinion.
If season starts today, it would be Steve, Pierce, Ozza, and Jones, right?
You think they're done doing?
Yeah.
You think they're done? I don't think the Orioles are done.
The Orioles can't be done.
They can't. That can't be their team. Showalter's a great manager, but that can't be their team.
I think the Mariners should have gone after him as well. They don't have a.
The Mariners were after. They were on his. They were the front runners.
But they didn't want to offer him the years that Melky wanted. They wanted 2 or 3 years. Melky wanted more.
Well, Melky got 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, but I guess he wanted to be with the White Sox.
To put this in perspective, Beltran last year got 3 years, 45 with the Yankees, which is more money.
And he's older too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Overall, this is a great sign for the White Sox.
Yes. Move on to Kendrick to the Dodgers for Andrew Heany.
Yeah, sure. Let's go and talk about that. And more, just that whole series of trades that day kind of confused me a little bit.
And Andrew Heaney's tweet. I love that tweet.
Yeah, I kind of researched that a little bit more last night.
Yeah, I did too.
I found out that D. Gordon only hit 270 for the rest of the year after April.
Yeah, he kind of went down.
And by advanced metrics, he's rated as a below average hitter. Defender, sorry. So.
Below average defender.
Yeah, he's actually, by UZR, he's actually negative.
I think Kendrick is an upgrade defensively.
Yeah.
He's not going to give you however many steals that Gordon gave him, but he's going to give him the like 293 average, 7 homers, 75 RBIs they got last year.
So I think the Angels in that kind of I'm going to make a three-way deal, even though it technically wasn't. I'm going to say that they got the best out of that because he's the best pitching prospect in the league.
Well,
and a guy who was 1 year left on his deal and he was over 30.
Okay,
I don't get the Marlins at all.
Heany is 23 years old and he has 6 years of control under him.
Yeah. I don't get the Marlins. After the Dodgers, I just think they treaded water with all that. I don't think they got really. I think they're kind of going all in for next year with that Rollins trade.
Yeah, because I don't think Kendrick might not even be their long-term option because he's a free agent after 2015.
Yeah. So the thing with the Angels, them winning this trade, anytime you get rid of, your everyday middle infielder, like solid for last 5-6 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's tough. You're really taking a big risk. You've got
young
players that need to take over that position.
I think.
They have Grant Green and Josh Rutledge that will switch off. They traded for Josh Rutledge like 10 minutes after they got that trade.
Like 75% of that production, and then they'll have arguably a very solid staff. I think that they're missing an upgraded bullpen and one more part-time bat, but I think this was a smart long-term move for them.
You know what the POTUS said? The general manager of the Angels?
What?
On this trade, he said the heaviest criticism on the Angels over the last 10 years is that they're getting older.
Yeah.
And this trade allows them sustainability and helps them keep getting better, and because they have 6 years of control on Heany, and he's 23 years old with a pretty good future potential.
I just think they need one more that.
Yeah, they do.
And then I don't get what the Marlins are doing at all. Because this doesn't make really that much sense why they would.
Well, Gordon
I just don't get it.
Speed, but
the Marlins didn't have a second baseman really before, so
they had Donovan Solano, but I think
that's Gordon's an upgrade.
Yeah, Gordon's an upgrade.
They got a huge upgrade, but I don't think they probably gave up too much to make that upgrade.
Oh yeah, that's the speed that Gordon allows you with Stanton and the rest of his lineup behind him. That lineup, Gordon is probably gonna get.
Yeah, they have an outstanding lineup, but I don't know. Yeah.
They have a great first to 5, and then after that is just average. But
the Angels should probably sign Alex Rios to be a part-time player. I think maybe.
But would he want to be a part-time player?
No.
I think he has to be at this point in his career. Okay,
but I don't know about
earning a lot of money, and he still thinks he can.
What about Jed Lowry?
I think
that would be a nice fit.
That would be a nice fit for the Angels.
Or is Dribble Cabrera to start at second? One of those two guys.
Oh, I like that.
I think Michael Morse would fit as a DH a lot just to complete it.
For the Angels, I don't know. I think he's still a free agent, right?
Kendrick trade does free up $9.5 million, but I don't think they necessarily want to go they want to get spend a lot of money now on backup guys.
Okay, so Lester to the Cubs, unless anyone else wants to say something.
No.
Sure. That's another fun thing to talk about here. Lester.
100% on board with it, and I think the Cubs are going to make the playoffs this next year.
You think they're going to make the playoffs?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty bold.
That's bold.
My bold prediction, I think.
A lot of people think they're not ready just because they're young. I don't think that's their problem. I just think they're going to have a similar situation with what happened with the Dodgers the first year they went after their superstar-studded lineup.
2012.
Possibly. The Angels was a little bit different.
But you guys
it's not like the Dodgers players severely underperformed. It's just there's something about it that made it that they couldn't win ball games. The Angels, their players that they signed severely underperformed, and that's a very different situation. I don't think the Cubs. The players that the Cubs have will underperform. There just will be something about it that won't let them win as many games as the Cardinals.
Just explain their team and tell me how you don't think this is. I think it's a playoff team. Let me just tell you what their depth chart is, and I argue with me how this can't make the playoffs. Manager Joe Madden, left field Chris Coughlin, Justin Ruggiano, Ryan Sweeney, platoon. Center field Alex Alcantara. Right field Jorge Soler. Shortstop Castro. Second base Baez. First base Rizzo. Third base probably Chris Bryant.
Wait. If they have Addison Russell coming up, why didn't they trade Castro?
You don't know. They still could. They still can. I don't know. Nobody's.
I don't know. I'm sure they'll trade Valbuena though, or Michaels, because
they might trade. I would trade Michael.
Because
Brian
deserves to start at.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think Valbuena or Michael. Michael can also play the outfield, so maybe that's probably
Michael sucks ass though. So.
And then they just traded for Miguel Montero, so
that's a good pickup too. Okay, this is what I want to ask you. If the Cubs are going to make the playoffs, are they better than the Cardinals?
No,
are they better than the Pirates?
Yes.
That's the only thing that
Milwaukee.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
I think we agreed they're better than every other team except for the Cardinals.
They are probably going to go they're going to be in contention for the wild card. I think St. Louis still got that division.
They're going to be in contention.
Jake Arrieta, John Lester, Travis Wood, Edwin Jackson, and Kyle Hendricks, and
they need a better year from Edwin Jackson.
Tsuyoshi Wada guy. He was
I think he's gone, isn't he? Didn't he sign with the Rangers or something?
No. Nope.
I thought I saw something about that.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, nope. He re-signed with them.
Oh, he re-signed with the Cubs. Okay. I thought he signed with the Rangers.
And then,
their
bullpen is not as bad as you'd think.
It's $145 million with signing bonus. And then, there's a vesting option for $25 million in 2021. But, I mean, do you think they're going to pick that up? By the time
you have to reach 200 innings in 2018 to do it, or something like that, to get it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, here, the, Rangers signed Kyuji Fujikawa. Yeah.
Is that a different guy? I don't know.
He's on the Cubs, 34-year-old hurler.
That works too. I saw a Cubs guy that signed with the Rangers.
That's a different guy.
Okay, good.
I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't see how they, I don't know. I think they're a clear wild card team. I don't think,
Yeah, I think they're gonna be contention for the wild card, but I don't know if they're gonna be division. I don't think they're gonna win the division.
No division, but I think wild card for sure. I don't see anyone else better than them for the wild card, except, actually, I don't think it's anyone better.
Did you guys hear that, did you guys hear his, after this signing, the Cubs World Series chances went up to 12-1?
That's understandable. I think it'll only get better.
And they have a pretty bright future with all those prospects.
I mean, imagine if they try to trade one or two of those guys for Cole Hamels or something.
Theo Epstein and Jed Hoyer are starting to show how those long years can pay off in Chicago.
Yeah.
So, move on.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and talk about.
We all agree we liked it though. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Lester definitely. I can't think.
I think he wants to go back
would have been
to his
fine.
owner.
He would have been fine on the Red Sox as well. I just think the Red Sox are hurt more by that. Not so much Lester. Lester's going to be fine in that on a National League team for a change, which will probably make him a better pitcher.
First run with the Red Sox, everything was great for him, but then I don't think the second one would be as great for him. It's not the same, That probably was in his mind too.
It'll be interesting to watch him hit.
I want to see that.
I don't know, maybe he'll rake. I don't know. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and move on. Cespedes to the Tigers for Rich Porcello.
I don't get why the Tigers aren't going for bullpen instead of... I mean, I love the Cespedes pickup, but they need to fix their bullpen.
I don't get why they just destroyed the rotation for very little gain, and I
He
think
hit 260 with 22 homers, but I mean, he did drive in 100. But I mean, yeah, why would you trade a young
Melky Cabrera?
Yeah, exactly. Both Porcello and Cespedes are free agents after 2015. So.
Well, they just got Shane Green too, so they're thinking, hey, might as well pick up a all-star outfielder.
But they're not going to get
starters can't go 9 innings. Their starters can't go 9 innings every game. They need bullpen.
Yeah, they have no bullpen.
Their bullpen is not solid at all.
I don't love Dombrowski's work the past couple.
This is not about them not going after bullpen so much. This is just about them taking advantage of a team with the Red Sox that were pretty certain that they were going to want to trade Cespedes for whatever reasons, like team chemistry. And when they signed Hanley and told him he was probably going to play outfield, that was pretty much an indicator that Cespedes had to go.
If I were the Red Sox,
I think the Tigers got Cespedes pretty cheap just because they met the needs of the Red Sox in that way.
100%.
He did pretty good last year. Yeah, Porcello did pretty good last year.
I mean,
he's a very hittable pitcher. He's not like it's not like he has amazing potential.
I mean, he's a Doug Fister type guy.
Yeah, he's a ground ball pitcher.
But he's not as good as Doug Fister. Doug Fister's only works because he's an amazing pitcher. Rick Porcello's very hittable compared to Doug Fister.
I mean, he was pretty great last year.
Yeah, there were some parts of the year where he just I remember he had 2 shutouts in a row. He did really good. In some parts of the year last year.
What rotation spot will we have on the Red Sox?
But this is why the Red Sox won this trade. They
got what they needed. They got rid of who they wanted to get rid of. That works. I don't.
They clearly improved as a team, in my opinion, and I don't see how this moves the needle for the Tigers at all.
Wait, how does
it's good for both?
Because Alfredo Simone is not going to make up for Rick Porcello.
Yeah. Exactly.
No.
How does this trade help?
Shane Green might, but that's
no Shane Green. I don't know.
They have options.
I highly doubt Shane Green will.
They have options
over
anyway.
A full season. They don't, and I think Verlander's useless at this point, honestly. And I don't like
his velocity's down. And they probably might not get Scherzer back. So.
Last time I saw it says they're not even going after him. So
you think the White Sox can get the division or the Indians or?
I think it's going to be...
No.
Whose roster is better?
I think it's going to be a 14 race to win the division next year.
Yeah, whose roster is better right now? The Tigers, Royals, Indians, or White Sox?
I actually think the Royals might get last if they don't re-sign Shields.
Yeah, that's because that bullpen, it's great, but...
It's just a bullpen.
It's 162 games.
Yeah.
That's three
You're going to overthrow them. If you pitch them like you did in the playoffs, you're gonna overthrow them, and then by mid-August, they're going to be done. So,
yeah.
Kendrick is not the answer at DH.
No, they're not. No. He's a DH, but he can't really play first that well anymore because he's just that leg.
I mean, that's who they were going to sign to replace Butler. I would just would have picked up Butler's option.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, with the Red Sox, and Porcello, what rotation spot do you think he'll have?
Well, they got Masters and they got Miley.
He's the one.
Yeah, he has to be.
Porcello's their number one guy.
He has to be, but I think they're trying to trade for Hamels, I know that. But,
okay.
And Joe Kelly's in the talks for that. They said if Joe Kelly's in the talks and with another package, that trade was likely, but I'm not sure. If I were the Red Sox, I would put Bogarts out there in trade talks because I don't think Hanley's going to be great with the monster. I'd like Hanley.
It's an easier outfield to play. You don't have to be athletic to play.
No, I know, but I'd like Hanley at short. That's where he's comfortable.
He's a horrible.
It's very demanding athletic. That's the point of moving him out of shortstop is to move him to a less demanding position defensively, so he can focus more on his hitting. They're hoping he'll be basically Manny Ramirez.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly. And stay healthier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. But he's a clubhouse cancer, without a doubt.
But the thing about the Red Sox, if Porcello is your number one guy, I think
can you really be?
You have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they have a lot of work to do. They definitely do. Is their bullpen great?
They have Uehara.
They have a decent ball.
They still have the A's pitcher, the closer.
Andrew Bailey.
Yeah, Andrew Bailey.
No, I don't think so.
Do they still have him?
He was in the Yankees minor league system this year.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. That's different. Okay. So that's not a thing.
They have Mookie Betts though, so they're set.
Yeah, Mookie Betts. That's like the best name on their team now.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and finish up our top stories with Matt Latos to the Marlins for a couple of young position players, I believe. DeSclafani and Wallach.
Tim,
it's not Tim Wallach.
It's not Tim Wallach. It's son of Tim Wallach. It's his son.
Son of Tim Wallach.
He batted 322 with 57 RBIs in like 2 stints at Class A last year. So
wow.
I don't know what to make of him right now because that's Class A. And then DeSclafani, he pitched in the MLB last year.
Latos is pretty damn injury prone, as much as I like him as a pitcher. And,
he's getting older.
He is, definitely.
Yeah.
The thing with
DeSclafani, 2-2, 6.27 ERA in the MLB, but they're gonna give him that rotation spot because right now I don't know other than Cueto who you have.
Well, Bailey. And,
Cueto and Bailey, yeah.
And the other guy. Who's not bad.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm blinking.
They traded Simon.
Yeah. I know that.
No, they have one more guy who's, why am I not thinking of his name? It was terrible last year, so I actually don't really blame them for trading this guy. They have, where is he? They have Leak still too, and Singrani, and
Singrani.
Some guy named Axelrod, Dylan Axelrod. That's an amazing
I've
name.
heard of him.
So
yeah.
I'm sure he'll be amazing.
Amazing name equals amazing baseball player.
So,
obviously.
So yeah, I really like what the Marlins were able to do with that. I think part of the reason that they traded Heany is because they knew they could go after Latos. And that's perfectly fine. They basically got a position player that'll probably be their everyday guy for the next few years at least. So
yeah,
that's more certainty.
I mean, they are starting Skip Schumacher in my field according to MLB.com. So
the Reds are?
Yeah.
I don't know what the Reds are doing.
I think they're trying to do a quick mini rebuild.
What do you guys think Votto's gonna do this year?
Oh God, I can talk about Votto for a while, but
I mean,
just a professional hitter.
He's a professional hitter, but
the only player on their team that I love position wise is Devin Mesoraco.
He is a beast as well. You don't like Jay Bruce?
He was horrible last year.
I don't know what to expect from Bruce.
He was really banged up last year, wasn't he?
I don't know about that, but
no.
I mean,
He played 137.
So. Yeah, he played games.
Okay.
And he hit 217 with 18 home runs, which is about as bad as you can possibly hit. Unless your name is like...
With this kind of contract, you know.
Steven Drew, so...
No, Josh Hamilton.
Josh Hamilton. I agreed.
Unless your name's Josh Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, I went through that all last year, I have to say that.
I know. I feel you. Mr. Angels fan. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
They're just a very meh team.
I look around at the Reds position-wise, and I see a lot of holes.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of holes.
Like a lot more than most teams do. And the fact that they're still not considered the bottom of the heap in that division at the moment. Well, they might be closer to.
No, I think they are the worst team.
Yeah, they are.
Well, now they might
better.
Be. Now they might be, but the fact that they've stayed afloat in the middle of that division is kind of weird.
No, dude, they are the worst. They were only 3 wins better than the Cubs last year, and they just lost 3 of their starting rotation. 2 or 3 of their starting rotation.
Right?
Yeah.
They lost Simone and Latos. Yeah, they lost 2 of their starting rotation.
Yeah.
We can just take a moment to appreciate how the Brewers went from the best record in baseball to getting third in the division last year.
To 80 and 80, yeah.
In May, I think they still have the best record. That's impressive. Like, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
It's hard to do. It's hard to it's not hard to lose. I don't know if you knew that. But
Okay, so team of the week.
Arizona
Yeah, sure.
Diamondbacks. I got this.
Arizona Diamondbacks.
Let me just say, thank God they got rid of the worst GM in the history of Major League Baseball and Kevin Powers.
Yep.
Who, I'm sorry, but
no, you're not.
The moves that he made over his tenure were so shockingly horrendous that I feel so sorry for their fans. Their fans are treated like total shit by the people who run their organization. They do less with more talent than any team I've ever seen.
Well, let's just move on and say that was in the past, and now they have a chance to do
What's
some
their
good
rotation going to be?
Corbin's coming back. I wouldn't pencil him in
Arroyo's
as one or
coming
two.
back from St. John, but he's going to come back in the middle. Colemanter's got opening day, so they count him as their ace. And then they have Hellickson, Cahill, Rudy Eloisa, and Webster.
Hellickson is a below-average starter.
Hellickson was good one year, but then after that, he's been just decent.
That was 4 years ago already.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, last year the Diamondbacks they entered the year 12th highest payroll, and they had the worst.
Really bad.
They $108 million, and they had the worst team.
I mean,
yeah,
they have a lot of holes. Who's third? Is third base going to be Tomas? Tomas could play left field or right field. I don't know what they're going to do. They have Owings at short, but I don't know if he's going to be solid.
Yeah,
they have 8 guys who could be in the rotation according to MLB.com. They
lost their RBI leader, Miguel Montero. That's his name. They lost their RBI leader. And when your average leader is Aaron Hill back.
Who did they get back in that deal? Who did the
Miguel Montero?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me find it. But I mean, overall,
there's one move that was, I think, just without a doubt horrible, and there's no defense, and that was that trade of there's two moves. Even if now they're not as bad, I think the trade of the ones to the White Sox.
Oh, the White Sox and Angels. Adam away.
Yeah.
Adam, I don't get that.
They got Addison Reed out of that, but
they have a really good center fielder though, don't they? Or not really good. He's solid.
He's
Would you rather have Eaton?
Maybe but if you get Addison Reed, then I don't mind that.
The Trumbo deal was idiotic. He's
Trumbo couldn't stay healthy last year.
He's awful. Pollock was hurt most of last year, but he did that 302.
When Trumbo was on our team the Angels last year, 2 years ago, he was scorching the first half, and then the second half he went downhill big time. He's such
on the National League team where he has to play defense, he's an overall negative.
He's such a streaky hitter that you don't know what you're gonna get from him.
No, but I just don't think
I don't know, and he might not even be given a full-time starting spot with Tomas and Ross and Pollock and all those guys in the outfield. Yes, I have a Brian, but
good job.
He had one really good year.
Yeah, he had a couple 30 homer years, but other than that,
his on-base percentages are they're scary. They're really scary.
It's terrible. He strikes out so much,
and he doesn't even slug that much considering how many home runs he hit. I don't like him as a player.
It's mostly home runs and singles. It's not doubles or anything past that.
I think they're gonna be bad for a very long time.
They need to fix that.
On that note, what do you think they should do this offseason to make themselves better?
Nothing.
Nothing. Wow. Okay.
Well,
I guess
they're gonna do anything. I would try to at least get rid of one of their outfielders and get something decent back.
Trade Cody Ross.
Cody Ross, yeah.
Unbelievable. He's
owed money.
Why
owed a lot of money.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I would trade Cody Ross.
You have one good championship series.
So are they the worst team in the West?
Yes, the worst team in the majors next year. In my
Colorado?
Colorado might be in contention.
Is Colorado better than them?
They're probably tied to be.
San Diego better than them.
Interesting to see that. I don't think San Diego would be worse.
I like Arizona's pitching more.
Pitching and defense.
I like
Okay,
Arizona's pitching more than Colorado.
Yeah.
So there's
But
that.
Colorado, the thing about Colorado is that no pitchers want to sign on to that team.
But they have a
Because of
great
that.
offense too.
So they have to trade for their pitching.
I think that I think the sleeper were I think the three worst teams in the majors next year might be in the team that just won in the division that just won the World Series, ironically enough. So
Yeah, I mean that's just because they got their ass kicked by the champions. That's why. So
I mean,
I guess that's one way to look at it.
the Rangers give them and the Astros get all. I think the five best teams in the majors next year are all going to be in the West divisions.
Five
Maybe,
best
yeah.
teams.
The only team that has even a chance, I think, to compete with that is the Phillies.
Oh, you mean worst? I think you said best there.
No, worse. Sorry.
Yeah.
Probably the six worst teams are going to be the Phillies, the Rangers, the Astros, the Diamondbacks, the Padres, and the Rockies.
Yeah. Real quick, any position player signings or any signings in general for the Diamondbacks that you think they would benefit from?
Is Owings solid at short? I think they could get a better shortstop.
I think they should trade Aaron Hill.
Yeah.
I would
agree
not
with
be against them trying to pick up Steven Drew, sign him.
Oh, that might be a fit. That might be a fit.
The homecoming for Steven Drew.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really a fan of
Or
terrible teams signing very middling players.
What about
move the needle?
Emilio Bonifacio?
To play second.
He played
Yeah,
second for the.
he's a utility guy. You can play him anywhere you need him.
I mean, I'm surprised he's still a free agent because I can
He's a very
He's
useful
a very
player.
solid player.
There's no team that couldn't have.
He'd be like the Angels. They need a part-time bat.
There's no. He's probably gonna go to a good team for a decent contract. Because there's not one team that can't use him.
Yeah, I agree. And he's very affordable too, I would assume. So I think that's all we got on the Diamondbacks there.
Yeah.
So that's team of the week.
Well, I was gonna say Bonifacio had a horrible season last year. I did not realize.
Who?
Bonifacio?
Yeah.
He started off a lot. He started off on
He had
fire,
a really-
and then after that, he just went.
He went cold. He was one of the hottest players early in the
Yeah,
year.
he batted 400 for the first month or something.
Yep.
He went high school.
Had him on my fantasy team. Hell yeah. And
I was
dropped
against
the
him
guys.
on my fantasy team, so I know how he did.
Okay then.
Yes.
So far, Bode, would you like to take us into our next topic here?
With the 2015 ballot coming up,
How many guys?
and there's a lot of new guys. Like you have a list.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I have it open. We should probably be talking about new guys mostly. Those are the interesting ones.
Like Randy Johnson's there. I know that.
That's not even.
I mean, he'll be a
conversation.
First ballot. Pedro will be first ballot.
Yep.
The thing about this is that I don't. There's the Steroid Era guys are back too.
Yep, that's true.
Do you think McGuire and those guys are going to get inducted before Martinez or Johnson?
No. McGuire will never get in. He's been declining.
Yeah, I don't think either any of them are going to get in, unless it's maybe the last year, especially with Johnson and Pedro Martinez there. So
yeah.
Wait, who? I couldn't get you there. Don't you think will ever get in until their last year?
the Steroid Era guys. I don't know if they're going to.
I disagree.
I know you're very pro. Not pro steroid usage, but you're not as
Alex Rodriguez.
discriminating.
I mean, it was the funnest era of baseball of all time.
Yeah, it provided a lot of fun for them.
It was entertaining. That's the game. It's not entertainment. So, I don't think they'll get in this year. I don't know if it might be their last. You could be right. I don't think McGuire or Sammy Sosa will ever get in, but I think Bonds and Clemens will one day with 100% be in it because they're arguably the best players ever at hitting and best position. arguably the best position player and the best hitting and best pitching player of all time.
Well,
And arguably, and
very arguable.
they were very good before their alleged steroid usage. They're probably Hall of Famers before that even. So, yeah. I mean,
what about Schilling? I mean,
Schilling, if Schilling makes it, then Mike Messina should make it. Because their stats are almost identical.
Are they first?
Actually slightly better. So,
are they first ballot guys though?
No, without. I think
Randy Johnson's first ballot definitely.
It's not
Randy Johnson and Pedro Martinez.
First ballot.
You good with those two?
Yeah, I think Piotz is going to make it this year, and Biggio will make it without a doubt this year.
Yeah, Biggio should make it.
Because he was one vote last year, was not the thing.
What?
John Smoltz will be first ballot as well.
Yeah, John Smoltz. I was gonna bring up his name. It's very
all those wins and all those saves. John Smoltz has to get in.
Jermaine Dye, no more.
So what position though is the question?
Oh, he gets taken off the ballot.
Who's that? Jermaine Dye.
I don't know how he's
Isn't he's the one that made the catch in the Burley perfect game, right? Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's his claim to fame.
Too.
What's that?
I can't believe Carlos Delgado is being considered as a possible Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, these guys were good players, but they're not Hall of Fame players.
I mean, Nomar, had 3 really good years?
Yeah.
Jermaine Dye had hit 325 homer with about a 274, so.
That's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the home runs could get him into the conversation. That's the only reason he's probably in it.
Okay.
But,
so the better question is, do you guys think that Bonds and Clemens should be Hall of Famers?
No.
No, not like right now, but in a couple years, I think, I don't know if, I think Bonds and Clemens should eventually make it, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think it's going to happen in last few years.
I personally think that the Hall of Fame does not have to be strictly stats based. I mean, I think they're gonna.
What should it be based on then?
It's
like the kinds of players that you want to have remembered.
But then what do you do about
it's such a big conflict when the all-time home run leader isn't in the
Willie Hayes, who took amphetamines his entire career. That's a legal drug today too. I mean, if you're going to restrict for one area, you have to restrict for everyone. It's not, you can't just play it by, this is about one era which you don't like. You can't just say, oh, it's okay, all the illegal drugs they did in the other eras. And then what do you do for guys like Piazza and Bagwell, who, it's a total he said, she said, and there's no actual...
Well, I think it's just, part of it is just, the integrity of it,
Is it really,
if they denying it is something...
Is it really low integrity if you're doing something that's not illegal?
And then, but both of those players denied their usage for a long time, didn't they?
Would you deny it if you were them? Why would you...
Well, if it wasn't a big deal, they wouldn't deny it. I don't know. It shows how little integrity they have, I guess, is what I see that as.
Why should Ty Cobb be in the Hall of Fame then, if you're going to do it based on integrity? If he was a racist.
Because back when they inducted him, they were all Ty Cobbs.
He spikes people on purpose.
Basically, what I'm saying is that Bonds, I don't think that the all-time home run leader is not going to get in eventually, but I don't think it's going to be like this year or next year. It's going to be around his last few years on the ballot.
I think that applies to Clemens too. I agree. I think that's reasonable.
So here's... Yeah, okay.
You can't not have the all-time home run leader in the Hall of Fame.
Well, here's my thing. I think with the points that Rudy brings up about these people that are in the Hall of Fame that have these flaws and stuff that was accepted before, I don't know. That's fine. You don't have to kick people out of the Hall of Fame, but from this point going forward, don't you want, not just players that were just amazing on the field, but that were people that you want to remember that represent the game? Well, what do you mean?
It's not the Hall of the best guy. It's not.
It's fame. It's the Hall of Fame. It represents the game. It represents baseball.
Barry Bonds is the most famous player ever, so he should be in the Hall of Fame.
It's not even true. What are you talking about? I mean,
I think Jeter is more famous than him.
yeah, if by the, I would definitely take Derek Jeter over Barry Bonds.
I think he's, if not he's one of. I think more people, you'd be surprised. I think more people would be able to recognize who Barry Bonds would be, than you would expect. And I think if you want to make it the Hall of Integrity, then I mean, you should.
It's already the Hall of Fame. It's not. It has
nothing. Be sending the Skip Schumachers and the David Ecksteins of the world instead. I mean,
it's not what I'm saying at all. It's just people that you want to be the face and represent the sport.
It's what you want your sport to be known as. What you want it to.
Your legacy.
Yeah, basically.
But you want to be famous.
You want Derek Jeter
to be famous
to basically be the face of your sport. You want guys who have who are great players and are great people, good integrity and that stuff to represent your sport.
Yeah.
You don't want cheaters and that stuff, essentially.
But they didn't cheat. Technically speaking.
They pretty much did cheat.
How is it any different than putting an artificial? How is it any different than taking a ligament from your knee and putting it in your elbow? That's, in my opinion, worse.
Because
that's just as unnatural.
How is it? Okay.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but just for the Hall of Fame, the Bonds is going to eventually get in. But for the face of the sport, I wouldn't have Barry Bonds as my face of the sport, or what I want the sport to be known as. That stuff.
I mean, it's too late for that, though. But see, it doesn't. If they get inducted, it won't really detract from it. That's already such a giant, stain on baseball history that I don't know if making them Hall of Famers will really make a difference in that sense.
So just the thing about Bonds in his usage it wasn't even just the fact that he used them that bothered me. It was just the way he handled the whole situation going forward. It just made him not look like a very honest kind of guy,
Yeah.
What?
The way he handled that whole situation.
He's a horrible. They're both horrible people. Don't get me.
Yeah. So you don't want no horrible people in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Willie Mays, when you say he used this stuff, he was still viewed as a very respectable person. He didn't do anything that was very explicitly
and right now he's viewed
bad.
Mickey Mantle was an alcoholic. Is that a good thing? No, but people aren't asking him to be kicked out of the Hall of Fame.
Well, like I said, that's in the past. It's
no, but you can't have it both ways. You can't just say, "Oh, just because we did."
Did you just cut out? I think you just cut out there.
Rudy, where'd you go?
Are you still talking? I can't. Okay. Well, if he did in fact cut out, I think that's probably a decent time to end this debate here.
Yes.
Decent note to end that on.
Wait, is he back? I think he's back.
I don't hear him. I think there's some kind of connection issue with him. So I think we'll just close this one out for today.
War and Peace.
War and Peace, yes. Nice little trial session right there.
Yes.
So that's good for us, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, my internet. Sorry, I went.
I guess he's back.
Oh, he is back. We were just about to wrap it up anyway, deciding that, considering you cut out there, So, next time, Team of the Week will be Texas Rangers, right?
Yeah.
No, Colorado Rockies were the second worst, though.
Oh, were they? Okay. Then the Rockies.
Yeah, they have 66 wins. Texas Rangers have 67. So it's the same division.
Alright then.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright. Take care, guys.
Take care.
War and Peace.
War and Peace. See ya.